Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, sisters. Good evening, mommies. Good evening, friends. I want to welcome you to another edition of our Saturday Health Forum. It is my joy that we are all here today, and I want to thank God on behalf of everyone for the privilege to see another beautiful weekend, another beautiful day. It's always a privilege, it's not a right. God has been faithful to us, and He's been so gracious to us that He's shown us so much mercy for us to be able to see another beautiful day. So you're welcome once again, and I trust God that we're going to have a good time tonight together. Thank you for showing up. Welcome again, once again, to our Saturday forum. This is a second Saturday in the month of July, and we thank God for what God is doing in our midst, honestly. And I want to appreciate the name of the Lord for this day, 13th day of July 2024. And today I will be talking about detoxification. We will start the series today, and then we'll continue. If we're not able to finish, of course, we can't finish it. We can't exhaust this certification today, but I will introduce it today, and then we'll try to finish up, of course, before the end of the month of. That's what we're going to do the month of July, and we will also be doing certain detoxification. I want to believe that every one of us we have started our detoxification process, and a very simple one, and as we go on with that, we'll talk about why we need to detoxify, what is the purpose of detoxification, is detoxification something that is necessary, how do I go about it, and all of that. We'll be talking about such in this class. So before I go on deeply into the class, let me just give you a disclaimer. Tabitha Health and Wellness online platform is only for information. It's information driven. We educate people, we teach people about healthy living lifestyle, but for eating and other lifestyle adjustment that we need to do in order to stay healthy, so that we can fulfill our God-given purpose on earth. Okay, and if you have any health issue, please do not hesitate to see your healthcare provider. Talk to them, get counsel and advice from them. And on that note, I get into the topic of today called detoxification. What is detoxification? As it sounds, detoxification, detoxification. That means there is a D, like something that you're bringing down. There's a tox, like toxin. Okay, and if we are talking about detoxification, the toxin, that means we want to remover of toxins. We want to remove toxins from certain things. So detoxification is the process of removing toxins from the body system. And one of the greatest part of detoxification is that God is so gracious and so intentional about creation, that He put certain things in place in our body system to carry out detoxification process on a daily basis in our body system. It amazes you how many organs in the body system are put there to ensure that they constantly remove toxins from our body system. And if God is gracious enough to do that, then why shouldn't we follow suit and ensure that these organs are kept in good shape so that they can continue to do the work that God has created them to do? So without wasting time, let's just get into today's business, and I'm trusting God that God will open our eyes of understanding and also give us a ear to hear, and to also be able to define the things that I'll be sharing tonight, so that it can make great impacts in our lives. Please do not forget to always share um, our messages to your loved ones. I've seen the impacts that sharing these messages have made in the life of some other people. Please don't keep this information to yourself. Don't say you just want to keep it to yourself so that you can monetize it. Please be gracious enough to share with other people. And happily, we have also been able to upload our messages on YouTube channel. So you can also share with them, just one press of a button. You just press the share button, and then the message will land to your loved one. Please don't keep this message to yourself, and then talk to people about what we are doing here, what God is doing here in our midst. Share with them the link to Telegram, and let them know that they can become part of the community as well, by just attending to the questions that are being asked on the Telegram platform by the administrator. It's not automatic. Once they are asked, they ask them the question, and once they respond, they will add them to the group immediately. Why we are doing this is because we're trying to ensure that we have people who are dedicated and committed to their health. We don't just want to have numbers. We want to have people, women, who can take this talk, this sharing, that can also share it and also impact other people as well. And so please don't be offended if you are not added to the group immediately. It's just for the benefit of every one of us as well. Secondly, so that we can also be able to guide against the hackers and the unwanted personnel in our midst. So I want to thank you for being such a great support system. We appreciate you and we thank you greatly. So again, I just want to pass this information across. I attend to quite a number of people, and I'm not complaining that I'm tired of attending to people, but certain questions are asked. I'm asked to. Some people feel, maybe I don't know whether they feel offended, but I like to explain this to some of our friends here, that in as much as I want to attend to people, I will not be able to teach. Some people want me to teach them one on one. Some people want me to teach them, to go ahead and tell them the things that I've taught in class before, and ask them to be explaining certain things, ask me for food for some particular issues and all of that. We will be able to get to do well if we are able to attend the classes or listen to the voice notes or follow all the things that we are doing here. It will be very beneficial. And our wonderful sister Rita from South Africa, who shared her testimony, honestly, I never gave her anything like a personal recipe. Only when she checks, we chat together. We just give guidance in few areas and correction in few areas. She was so committed and listening and doing the things we do on the platform. And here she has a she's everywhere, holding on to and rejoicing over our testimony. I want to encourage us to be committed. A lot of us don't want to listen to the voice notes. We don't want to check back on the voice note. We don't equally want to check back. We wouldn't want to go through the ordeal of checking through the YouTube. We made it easy so that people can just go through your YouTube, but they still want me to do a one-on-one or break down certain things with them. I will attend to you. Honestly, I will be glad to attend to you. That's my joy. But I will not be able to be giving you the things that I have taught before in class. Rather, I refer them, most time I refer you to the YouTube to listen to it. Then, if you have questions or clarity, I will be glad to respond to those questions. Thank you so much for your understanding, and it's just a way for us to be able to achieve so much in a little time. You say sometimes the body is naturally not created to deal with overload of toxins. That's not what God created the body for. That's constantly dealing with toxins, overload of toxins. But unfortunately, that's what is happening now. But that's not the original intention of God. That's not the original design. Your body is not meant to be overloaded with toxins in the body system. But I'm sure maybe God has seen ahead of time, because you know that God sees the end of the thing right from the beginning. I'm sure maybe that's why God has put certain things. Notice my people. I know that they may fail, they may disappoint. So He put certain things in our body system. If it's one organ, the organ may be big or long. If it's a small organ, the organ may be paired. It may just be two. Example is a kidney. The kidney is impaired. You have two kidneys. You have one on the right and one on the left. You have one liver, but the liver is big. You have one pancreas. The pancreas is very long. Okay. You have one brain, really, but the brain kind of is divided into two, the left side and the right side. Okay, you have two eyes. You have the right and the left side. God is intentional about it. In fact, some of the organs that are one, some can actually function with another replacement of an organ. Okay, so God has put so many things into our body system that someone says to me that ideally man shouldn't fall sick. That the way God has kept the body system, the way God programmed the body system, ordinarily the body should not break down. Because what God did is that if one is having issue, that the other one will be able to complement for that. But what do? We become so wise. In fact, we want to act wiser than God. We bombard our body system with all kinds of toxins on a daily basis. We do not even stop at eating alone. We also create environment that are so toxic that even the body is crying for help. So you can see the reason why you and I need to pay attention, serious attention to our body system so that we can allow it to function the way God wants it to function. So today, what are those organs that God created for us to do detoxification? Let's talk about it today. One, you have the liver. In fact, as a matter of fact, the study shows that the liver is where the breaking down of so many issues, so many toxins, so many poisonous things take place. So the liver is the major place where we need to detoxify. In fact, when we are talking about detoxification majorly, we are practically looking towards the area of the liver to get the liver to be in shape. But it's not only the liver now, every part of the body as well needs to go through. But what he's saying is that if the liver can be fine, if the liver, no, I say that regularly. Once your liver is fine, then you would be sure that your body will be in good shape. Because the liver is the one that the blood passes through the liver on a regular basis for what for detox, for cleansing as well. The liver also, the blood also passes through the kidney as well. So what are some of the detoxification organs that we have in our body system? Let's list them. So the organs of detoxification are: one, we have the lungs. We have two, we have the liver. We have the kidney. We have the spleen. We have the skin. We have the digestive system. The digestive tract, I'll call this one I will put it as the colon. Okay, we have this. All of these organs, they have their specific function. But the two major organs that are critical is the major organs that are critical for detoxification are the liver and the kidney. The liver and the kidney, they're very important. It doesn't mean that other organs are not important. In fact, when the other organ is not functioning, you yourself, you will know that something is happening. And for every one of us, we must make sure that we understand each of these organs very well. I'm not saying we should do anatomy and physiology today. No. I'm only saying that we need to recognize, just as I'm saying now, the organs that are meant for, that are really organs of detoxification in the body system. They are these organs: the lungs, the liver, the kidney, the spleen, the skin, and the colon. Now, let me take it one after the other. I'll start with the lungs. Of course, let's know the position of the lungs. Where is your lung? Your lungs, where are they located? The lung is located towards the chest region. It is that part of that goes like a butter. I will call it like a butterfly in your chest. So you know that for the purpose of tonight, just know that it's around that your chest angle. It's hanging also very close by to the, or no, attach also to the ribs. So you know that your organs, your lungs is very, very important to your health. So that is where your organ, your lungs is located. And of course, we know that the lungs is very critical when it comes to breathing. It's very critical when it comes to oxygenating the blood. It's very critical when it comes to the passing the blood into the there's a movement between the lungs and the heart. And God did not make a mistake why He makes sure that the heart is not even far away from the lungs. Okay, so there's an interconnectivity between the lungs and your heart. So if your lungs is not functioning well, am of the opinion that in a matter of time, it may eventually affect your vessels, your blood, and also affect the cardiovascular system. Because if your blood is not well oxygenated, then there will be a problem. There's going to be a problem in the vessel. We talked about cardiovascular last month. So we need to ensure that you are taking enough oxygen. You're taking not only taking enough oxygen in, you're also taking enough. You're taking what's it called now? Clean air in and breathing properly. Now, when you breathe in and you breathe out, it's a very powerful way to also help to eliminate toxins. Because when you breathe in oxygen, and then when you breathe out, you take out the carbon dioxide. That's the carbon dioxide that is used by the plant to also make the oxygen for you. And that's one of the reasons why when you are having plants around us, it's very, very important. You see, the plants that we're talking about here, the plants, they are powerful. The plants have their language. The plants breathe. They're living organisms themselves. That's what I would call living plants. We have the ornamental plants that are maybe the artificial plant, or the real plant itself. All the real plants, they breathe. They have their own mechanism where they take in and carbon dioxide and they breathe out, they bring out oxygen, which we use on a regular basis. So it is important for us to do that, to know that cleaning your liver, ensuring that your lungs is clean, is very important. And that's why you must avoid all the smoky environment, smoky generator. Stay away from all of those things. You remember the story that happened of a family of six or so that died. I think they slept and then they did not wake up because of the introduction of the carbon monoxide. These interfere with breathing and interfere with the heart, with the state of the body. That is, it doesn't even, there's no noise. If any people want to die easily, they'll just let them just lock and on the generator and put it. There's going to be a mix between the carbon monoxide and the oxygen. There's a communication there, and before you know, there's a replacement. Before you know what is happening, the breathing ceases and the person passes on. So it's important for us that you take in clean air on a regular basis, and that is one way we can detoxify our lungs very well. One thing I will share with you now, okay, today is not the time I will share that with us, but then let me just mention it now since I'm talking about it, lungs, that it's very good to do what you call deep breathing in. That I think I mentioned it before, taking a deep breath. Okay, I've mentioned it with the orientation class last time. Taking a deep breath, like about 5 or 10 times, breathe in and breathe out on a regular basis. It helps to free out the lungs, and it also helps to take in the health. Apart from the fact that it also helps to relax, it relaxes the body, but also helps you to take in oxygen very regularly. The other organ of detoxification is also the skin. The skin, when you sweat is powerful. Sweat is very important. You need to sweat out. Some people say they don't sweat. I used to have that issue before, and I just said that I don't sweat. When I see people sweating profusely, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Why are they sweating like this? What happened? It is very important to sweat. That's why we said exercise, so that you can activate the organ system, and there can be a release of sweat from your gland, from your skin, from the pores, because those are dead. Those are toxins. Those are things that are coming out of your body system. That's why when you taste your sweat, you can see that it's salty. We're not talking in deep into that why your sweat is salty today, but it is important for you and I to stay healthy. That will ensure that we sweat and then we remove toxins from our body system from that organ. and reason why it is very dangerous for us to use all kinds of chemicals or unknown chemicals on our body system. I used to patronize a particular skincare company, and since ever since I got to know that what you add to your skin is very important. But I wasn't very comfortable. Each time I use it, I don't like the feel on my skin. I know I feel or not. I know we talked about that you should listen to your body, and you know what the way you feel about everything. Your body speaks to you on a regular basis. Now, when I use it on my skin, I feel so. I had to reach out to them. I called them. I asked them. I said, "Are you sure these things they are all 100% natural products?" And you don't know people. Those people say some. They tell you all kinds of things. But because I wasn't comfortable with that, I had to drop that product. I didn't even use it up there. I had to drop it because he said it's body butter, clean the exfoliate, and then nourish the skin and all of that. But I just feel that there's something added to this cream that might not be good to do, but I dropped it. So I reached out to another close friend that I know, and I got a lot of review, fantastic review. Honestly, in fact, the lady is an amazing lady, uses all natural products. It may just be expensive, but all natural products for the product. So I opted for that. I was very excited that I can get something that I will feel. And honestly, as I use the product, I feel very comfortable that I'm using something to nourish my skin. So we all of us must pay attention to this. Your children's skincare products, you must pay attention to them. Check whether they don't have harmful chemicals in them. Check whether they don't have aluminium. Some people said excessive aluminium, because even if you use small aluminium at a time, over a period of time it has accumulates into your body system and it can cause problems in your body system. What are those things that you're using that are causing creating toxins, creating problems into your body system? We need to begin to remove them even before we start talking about detoxification. What are those things that you're adding to it? Check your product today. We talked about labeling on food. You should also check on labeling in your skincare product. Some people don't even understand what some things you can't even read the name. You can call the skincare brand and say, explain, can you tell me what this is? Ask questions that you want to learn more, or you can research on it and find out what the name of those things. Like paraben, for instance, is not something that is good for your skin at all. So check them. Check the alcohol content, if it has aluminium and none of that. Please, you want to stay away from such things because they can create problems over a long period of time. These things, they are accumulated over a long period of time, start having problems, and then it become a very huge one. Another organ of detoxification is also the colon. The colon is another one that all of us need to pay attention to. Of course, you know that we have different segments. So let me tell you, where the colons, your colon, you have an ascending colon, you have the transverse, and you also have the descending colon. Okay, so from the right side below your abdomen up, it's your ascending colon. Then to your under your maybe under your the rib side, okay, just below your ribs, that's way like that is called transverse. Then from that end all the way down to your left side is called descending colon. And of course we have the as it comes down to the rectum and also the anus, and then at the side where the poo comes out from. Now, we so many of us, we make certain mistake and we think that they are okay. Some say they don't go to toilet like 2 days. They don't go to toilet like 3 days. It is very dangerous. This is why I said so. You, if you eat on a regular basis and you are not passing out something out, is a problem, because everything that you put in your mouth is not what the body needs as nutrients. So your body needs to sieve out after digestion, brings it out, takes the nutrient, and then takes the excess, the unwanted part, and pushes them down to what? To the large intestine. That's where the colon is. The colon takes it and then brings it out as waste. So imagine if you've been eating, you ate Monday, you ate Tuesday, and you do not go to toilet on a regular basis, it means that there's a build up of some waste in your colon that is not coming out and it's causing problems. And we've talked about this before as well, that certain Dr. Norman Walker talked about the position of organs in the colon, linked to the colon. That sometimes when the waste clogged up the colon, clogged up the part of the organ, or maybe the breast or the mammary gland, for instance, clog up the mammary gland, the accumulated things there might just be the reason why some people develop lump in their breast. And when you flush out this particular aspect and you detox, you will see that the lump will just dissolve and they melt out immediately, or the lymphatic system and all of that. So, but if you don't have that cleansing capacity in your colon, then there will be a buildup of toxins, a buildup of waste, which you need to pay attention to. So if you're not going to the toilet regularly, you want to pay attention to that. Please, quickly. You want to take in more fiber. You want to take in grains. You want to also look at your environment and look at certain things that is causing you not to go to toilet regularly. Maybe sometimes stress, dehydration, or something, no movement. There is a problem, so you need to check that out and begin to do something about it so that you can go to toilet on a regular basis. If you don't go to toilet on a regular basis, especially for people who are going through one cancer issue or the other, one of the critical aspects, in fact, of natural medicine practitioners is to ensure that they go to toilet very well. In fact, I think conventional medicine to do that as well. You must pass out. You must take out toxin on the way, because that's one way that the body can remove toxins, toxic substances from your body system. So please, want to pay attention. And if you are not doing that, please, there are other ways we've talked about it that you can ensure that you empty your bowel on the regular basis. And one way, water. Early morning water therapy is also very good for your colon to remove toxins. Fiber is also very good. When you go on grains, is also very good. Take liquid high content vegetables and fruit like cucumber, like oranges and like that. It helps you to also move your bowel. It also helps some herbs, some herbal teas also helps to remove toxins for your colon as well. It just helps you. And if you eat the way we eat here, there is no one that should have constipation or that you have a health issue. In fact, before I take water, many times, I just feel that I go to the toilet. I just want to ease myself. Before I know it, I just see that I'm passing out. I'm already passing out waste. It just comes out. So, but sometimes when I feel like, what's happening, I know I must have abused certain things that is not making me to go to toilet. And before the end of that day, normally in the morning, before the end of that day, if I do the right thing, I will be able to pass out this thing. But I feel very happy each time I pass out in the mornings like that. Liver and the skin, liver and the kidney, they are very important part that we are not going to dive into for now. But just know that lungs, liver, kidney, spleen, skin, colon, they are very critical in your detoxification process. So when we are talking about detoxification, those are natural things that God has put into them, that on a regular basis we should remove toxins from our body system. So, but what happened? Why are we not experiencing this process, natural process of detoxification? Why are we still bogged down? Why are we still tired, stressed out, weak, and all of that? No energy, low in energy, and all of that. These are some of the things that are happening to us and making us to have certain symptoms or certain health issues in our body system. Somebody said, particularly me, when I'm having headache, the first thing that comes to my mind is that, have I gone to the restroom today? Have I taken water? And if I'm able to take water, I'll take restroom, and I know I will be able to pass out the toxins from my body system. That means there's a build-up that is also causing headache. So when people say I have constant headache, I'll be like, you need to check your level of detoxification. How do you remove toxins from your body system? Do you go to toilet regularly? Are there certain things that's happening around you? If you're able to flush out because something animal, sometimes you just do animal and then you flush out your colon, cleaning out and all of that, before you know what's happening, you just feel very light, you feel very happy, you feel very well. I've seen that before. I've seen when somebody, when during the COVID period, and we had someone who was a bit down, and we did animal to be able to remove toxins from the body system of the person. Each time we move, in fact, this the thing that comes out of the body really stinks, smells very poorly. So you can see the build up in our body system. So why don't we have this natural process happening in our body system? We have overloaded our body, these organs themselves. We've overloaded them that they are no more acting the way they should act anymore. They are no more as active as they should be again. Your kidney, your lungs is clogged up with too much fumes from bosses, from your generator, neighbor's generator, friend's generator, your own generator yourself. Everything is cross mixing and all that, coating into your nose. You walk around, dirty water, dirty hair. Everything is just wildly polluted. So you feel that you are not getting enough, and that is just one of the reasons. I remember I met a woman whose husband has a heart related issue. And so after a while, she says they are traveling abroad, they had to relocate, that the husband usually have a trigger attack, that the pollution is really high. Honestly, that was one of the reasons why these people travel out of the country. They said the pollution level is high, that they need to go to a place that is more clean and pure, and that you can take in fresh air. Of course, abroad doesn't mean that you don't have pollution. They have pollution too abroad, but certain places may be cleaner than the other. So I really empathize with them. They had to relocate out of the country just because of their husband. So you see, when our body is clogged down with so many problems, it's going to be a problem to us. Some people have issues here. It might just be the detoxification process in their body system that they're having problems with. And if your body is loaded with toxins, do you know what happens? There is also the slow level of absorption of nutrients into your body system. You are not able to get in the nutrient. And what are we talking about? Diseases means the absent deficiencies of certain nutrients, essential nutrients in our body system. That's what deficiencies, no, that's what diseases are. If you have certain health issues somewhere and somewhere here and there, it might be deficiency of selenium, or zinc, of calcium, of magnesium, of potassium, of some trace minerals, of some powerful fatty acid or antioxidants, things that are missing in the body system. So it is deficiency. So when there is no absorption, you're not absorbing nutrient. How will you improve in your health? So you see why this particular topic is very, very critical. What are you doing to ensure that all your organs, that is the first thing, first question tonight. What are we going to do to ensure these organs do their job? You see all these things that is sell, detox tea. I don't have any problem with it. I don't have any problem. I'm not speaking against any brand or any product. Detox tea, detox this and all of that. People drink all kinds of tea to detox, about to remove. And yet when they finish, the next minute, they are also overloading the body with the same toxins that they're removing. Does it make sense? See, so you see, knowledge, the part of knowledge is very critical. Now, you remove toxins from your body system with a tea. After you taking the tea, in fact, immediately you taking it, you are also eating something that is also putting the same toxin back into your body system. I think we need to be wise. We need to wise up. We need to wake up. We need to do certain things in our body system so that we can be free. I know I speak to people regularly and I hear certain things that just breaks me down. You know, when somebody is having a particular health issue and the next minute the person is eating what is contributing or causing problems for that problem. That's creating that problem. You see, and there's a beautiful toxins. Okay, imagine somebody that have a lot of mucus in the chest and the in the part of the body system, many things that we eat, and the person keeps taking cow milk on a regular basis, and you want to remove phlegm or mucus or things in your body system, and you are indulging in this, how does that work? Now you're using one drug or one thing to remove the toxins, to remove the fat. You are also eating something to create it. How does it work? How does it work? So we need to be informed that the first level of detoxification is to understand that we must reduce or eliminate the amount of toxins that we are putting in our body system. What are those toxic things that you are putting in your body system that are creating problems for us before we start talking about the process and the method of detoxification? Now, your liver is removing things from you on a regular basis. Now, you have your kidney, you have your spleen, you have your skin, you have your colon. Now, if you are doing things that are occupying, overloading this process, then it will be difficult to get the toxins out of our body system completely. So, what is the way forward? We need to start to clean our blood. We need to begin to purify our blood. You see, when the blood is the life of any man. When the blood is poisoned, when the blood is toxic, then there's a big problem to our body system. And then we must begin to understand that food that we eat, they are capable of poisoning our bloodstream. When your blood is poisoned, every kind of affliction, diseases can creep in. And we know that right from the blood itself, the blood has its own cell. When the cells of the blood cells are damaged, then there's going to be a big problem. So I think the first step of detoxification is to begin to remember our elimination process of elimination of certain or wholesome food or wholesome lifestyle practices in our body system. And what are some of these unwholesome practices that I've talked about? I've talked about the taking in poor air. How do we go about this? Navigating through this. Now, we need to plant things around us to ensure that we can take in fresh air. We need to ensure that we start planting, including some greens, some plants, ornamental plant or other kind of plants, herbs, and things that can help us to remove the things, the CO2, the carbon dioxide from our environment, and then convert it for us to things. So that's the purpose of having plants, because those harmful things that can affect the lungs, the carbon dioxide, the harmful uh, harmful substances, these can be used by the plant, and the plant make use of them and they convert it and they give it to us back as oxygen, fresh air. So that when you wake up in the morning, you have plants. There are plants that you can plant in your house, in your compound, that can give you a very refreshing air. And such plant, number one of them, they call it my mother-in-law's tongue. Okay, mother-in-law's tongue, or they also call it snake plants. They call it snake plant. I know they have different kind of names that they call it. The other plant you can also think of is aloe vera. Aloe vera is another plant that takes up the toxin from your body plant from your environment. Another plant is bitter leaf. Bitter leaf also helps to detoxify and to cleanse the environment from toxins and even from radiation. So another one that you also want to interested in is also bitter cola. Bitter cola is also good because it helps to take in toxins from the bodies, from the environment. Now, if you're talking about cleaning your environment, now that is the starting point. What kind of environment do you have? Do you clean up your environment on a regular basis? The dust, how do you remove dust from your house, from your homes, from your environment? How do you remove those toxins from your body, from your environment? Do you have things that are, create problems in our body system? I know right, me, even me that I'm talking, we have certain things around me that I may not be able to even to have power to remove from my environment for now. I'm just to say what I can do to ensure that I ingest things that can help me to take off the toxins from my body system on a regular basis. Do you have asbestos in your house? Asbestos is another critical thing that can cause problems for your lungs. So if you have asbestos, you have things that are asbestos. That's why it is better to use this plastic. They say the plastic can cause fire, but then it is safer than the asbestos. But the fourth, of course, the one that is better is this POP. It's better. That's why they put it, because over time they realize that asbestos and the fumes of the asbestos, dust of it causes a lot, is very carcinogenic, and it can cause problems for our breathing. So you want to be sure you take out that. And if you have people who have asthma in your environment, you have asthmatic children, you want to ensure that maybe you want to take it off rugs, things that can absorb dust from your environment, you want to take it off. Then I noticed recently, I also want to share with you that sometimes our homes are not well ventilated. We have windows, they're not as wide as they used to be, and maybe we can do something that I'm planning to do is also take some plant, small plant in our rooms, in our own rooms, our personal rooms. We can create plants, small plants like that, maybe those snake plant, aloe vera or something close to our bedroom, or even right inside our bedroom. It helps to take the toxin and also to create oxygenated oxygen to improve the oxygen level in our environment. So I think that will help. Some put it in their kitchen, some put it in their rooms, some put it in different kind of places like that, so that it can help us to get enough oxygen. This oxygen thing is very critical. Another way we can also take in oxygen into our lungs, it's also to put to stay in the maybe garden area, take deep breath, breathe in very well to remove toxins. This thing, as simple as I'm saying it, has changed a lot of people's health, because people don't even know that that's the reason why they're having problems. That's just as simple as that. Just breathing in, get to where there's plant. Maybe you have aloe vera plant somewhere. You can just get close to the place and just take a deep breath, because that plant is giving you oxygen. That is, the plant is taking what you are breathing out in as CO2, taking it to process it. So there's no, win-win situation. The plant is taking it from you, and you are giving it. You are giving CO2, and the plant is taking CO2 from you, and you are also taking oxygen from the plant. Just stay there. Another thing we can also do to do grounding. Grounding is also another way to also help you to remove toxins, and also to take in some also good nutrient from the ground. Now you are barefooted, you just stay where there is sand, you just put your leg there and then stay there for some time, and also get in certain good things from the body system. And the body also helps you to remove toxin from under your foot. See, under your foot, all the organs in your body system are located under your foot. Every organ completely. So you see, under your foot is power. So one way I got to know in 2020, when I struggled with my body, I knew that once I apply essential oil under my foot, I add essential oil under my foot. Honestly, it's like something actually is there to pull certain dirt or remove something that my body just goes quiet, calm, and ease. There's a lot of ease under my feet. Before I saw just a WhatsApp message and all that section, I use black seed oil under my feet. I don't know the miracle that I feel. I share it with my daughter. She also uses it. In fact, sometimes she reminds me that, Mommy, don't forget to use black seed oil. So I use black seed oil under my feet to give me that kind of sensation. I don't know what I'm asking for, but it just gives me the ease, the release of tension, and the relaxing and all of that. So the always goes to those parts. I don't know the parts of the body that giving me issue, that's stressing me, but once I put those things under my feet, it takes care of it. It goes to the lungs, goes to the liver. Your liver is linked there. Your organs are linked there. Your all the organs in the body. Ask me, the eyes, the spleen, every part is under your feet. So make sure you do grounding. So when you do grounding, it helps you to take in oxygen and also to remove toxins from your body system, relaxes it, and detoxify your body on a regular basis. Another thing you want to do, you want to increase your water intake. Water is life, water is powerful. In fact, water helps to improve the oxygen level. Yes, water helps to increase the oxygen level. It water cleanses your blood system. Water helps you to remove toxins. Water rehydrate your body system. When you rehydrate your body system, you are also giving your body system the power to detoxify. So you know what we're saying tonight is that we want to empower the organs in our body system that naturally created for us to help us to, to remove toxins. And they naturally remove toxins even without using all those things that we are using. They are there to help you to remove toxins for your body system. So all the things that you can also do to purify the blood is also to take chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is also an essential one. So when we take in chlorophyll, you are able to clean the blood. You wash like you are washing the blood. Chlorophyll is one powerful food for the blood. And then you get your chlorophyll from where? From your grains. From your grains. For all your grains, from leafy green vegetables, you get your from kale, from ugu, from in fact, do you know that conventionally now, conventional medicine now, when somebody have a low blood, they will say that use ugu and certain things to help to boost the blood up. Okay, they have come to terms, they have come to agree that with that. There's no way, no going back. That this thing is very powerful. And I always say to you that ugu is our own kale. It's very deep grain. It's a powerful product. Some people check your body if you don't react. If you don't react to ugu, I've seen people who react to ugu very very nasty. Maybe because of the cellulose inside. They can't digest. Of course, it's going to man can't digest. We can't digest cellulose like animals. So maybe because of the cellulose. But some people tolerate it as juice. But some don't tolerate it as smoothies. So watch your body system if you have any issue in that line. I see everywhere is quiet. I don't know whether there are people who are listening to me, but then I think that's where we can do. We can go how far we can go tonight. Um, I want to believe that we've been able to get a few things tonight. Next week we continue. We'll do more deep. We'll go deeper into detoxification, how to detoxify. What are some of the simple remedies you can make at home to detoxify, detoxifying the liver, and then all of that. We're going to share that next week and also the upper week before we round up on detoxification. But very interesting class. We just did an introduction today, and you don't want to miss it next week. I'm going to do deeper teaching on detoxification next week. So thank you so much for listening to us tonight. Please don't forget your detoxification process that we're doing. I want to believe you all uh, um, took part in the detoxification week, which we did activated charcoal. This week is for cloves. You soak your cloves, 1 tablespoon of cloves in warm water or in hot water. You can boil it if you desire to, and then you can just clean it up. What's it called? Drink it throughout the day. Drink it throughout the day. I suggested that we do it 3 times a week. If you think that some people do more than me, more than what I instruct. So if you see your body can tolerate it, you can do it more than 3. But ideally, let us just do it 3 times or 4 times in a week so that we can be able to achieve a lot. Close is powerful. Let me give you a secret that I heard recently, that if you want to prevent cancer, if you want to do well with cancer, that you just take 2 cloves, eat it. Just really, especially people who have cancer issues, that take cloves, 2 of it. You can roll it over your mouth. You can chew it. It's hot a bit, but you can chew it. It's very harmless. You can chew it like that every day. Cloves is very powerful. Hoping that we'll be able to talk about cloves sometimes very soon. I think we are really going to talk about certain things in the course of the year, and I'm trusting God to help us. We'll talk about certain plants. We'll talk about some deficiencies. We'll do a series on deficiencies that are causing great problems in our health, and we need to pay attention to. If you can pay attention to those deficiencies, we'll be able to get all of our health. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. I appreciate every one of us that are online, and there's those that will listen to this topic again after the class, and those that will also watch via the YouTube. Thank you, and God bless you. Don't forget this week our detoxification process this week. the Lord will be our helper. God bless you and have a very good night.